Hey guys, it's Simon. This is Wrestling Unlimited, as it's Friday, and that means tonight was Friday Night Smackdown. As far as Night Smackdown does go, I thought it was a pretty good show. I would say as far as the go-home show, slightly weak, could have been a little better, but not bad. I thought it was good, easy to watch, got a sort of surprise. When they announced that AAA tag title match last week, I'm like, oh, we're getting Mr. Iguana and somebody. Mr. Iguana and somebody, and it was Mr. Iguana and Psycho Clown. So that didn't shock me. But other than that, really, I don't know if I can say really good show, but I would say pretty good show. Like, there was nothing on the show that I disliked and hated. The low point was probably Zelina Vega and Julia, because that was just okay. But other than that, the rest of the show was really good. Pretty dang good. Like, I might think it was really good now that I keep saying it. Like when you say something without thinking and just it comes out, that's your natural thought. So maybe my natural thought was really good. So easy show to watch. I will say that for sure. These 2-hour Smackdowns have been so much better than the 3-hour Smackdowns. And that ain't even hard to say. It's just a fact. But with all of that, I want to say thank you for joining us here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Remember, if you are live on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can either help us out by hitting that donate button down below or donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can help us out by subscribing to the channel one of 2 different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription, or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime, because remember, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things like free games, free stuff for games, and you always get 1 free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month, and I greatly appreciate it if you did right here for Wrestling Unlimited. Also, remember, help us out over on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. That way you know we post new videos. That way you know we go live, and that way you know we post to the community tab. Also, remember to hit the join button and become a channel member. As a channel member, you get a emote and emojis that you can use in the live chat, a badge next to your name. You get, access to our graphics tutorials and our graphics packages. Also, remember, if you want to get your comment, question, or concern read live on the air, you can do so by donating a super chat in the live chat. Finally, head over to the Epic Game Store. Head over to the Epic Game Store and buy something. Whether you're buying a new game, whether you're buying an old game, whether you're claiming a free game or getting bucks for Rocket League, Fortnite, or Fall Guys, let me turn this mic down just a smidge. Use our code PW Unlimited. That is PWUNLIMITED for all Epic Games and Epic Game Store purchases. Borderlands 4, you can pre-order it now. Battlefield 6, you can pre-order it now. And if you may go, oh, I played Battlefield 2049 and that game sucked ass. Oh, all the streamers that I've been listening to over the last couple of days that actually got to play the game in LA, they're saying, we're back to form. It's Battlefield 3. It's Battlefield 4. You're going to love it. So what they got to play, which is going to be what everyone's going to be able to play over the next couple of weeks with the beta, they said that it's been great. Battlefield is back. October 10th, I want to say, is when it releases. It doesn't say here on the Epic Store unless I click into it, and I'm not clicking into it. But yeah. Battlefield 6, you can pre-order it now on the Epic Game Store. And if you do, use our code PWUNLIMITED. With all of that, there's SmackDown to talk about. A pretty dang good SmackDown that opened up with a never seen 17 undisputed. Or no, I did it wrong. I did it too wrong. Oh, yes, Bangs. I forgot about that. Bangs said, hold on. Let's pull that back up really fast. And let's pull this up on the screen. Bangs says, use the code when you're getting the Seth Stompers in Fortnite. And if you don't know what we're talking about, let me pull this up on the screen really fast. We'll just pull up Hypex's tweet. If you play Fortnite, you may want those Mischief shoes, the Seth Stompers, as some call them. We got it right here. Now available in Fortnite. If you're going to buy those shoes in Fortnite, use our code PWU NLIMITED. That's PWU Unlimited. Whether you're buying them for Fortnite on your PlayStation, your Xbox, your Switch, your computer, your tablet, your phone, your Amazon Fire Stick, the store will ask you if you have a creator code, and you do. It's PW Unlimited. I forgot about those bangs. I saw that those came out earlier, and I totally forgot about them. The Seth Stompers. Also, new season, what, this week? This weekend? When's the new season, Bangs? Because I know there's the big event tomorrow. Or is that for Blitz only? Is that a Blitz event? Okay, you're right here. 24 hours until the event for the season. Event tomorrow. So that's the end of the season, and then we get a new season coming up, I believe. I finished the battle pass, so I got everything that I cared to get, so I'm good. But with all that, back to SmackDown. Let me close this back up really fast. Boop, 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 bum. All right, back to SmackDown. Go out first. Never seen 17 undisputed WWE champion. John Cena. This fucking guy, this fucking Mark Nash or whatever his name is, always sounds like a little whiny bitch who's trying not to cry. He's so bad. Like, why does he do it like that? Never seen 17. Like, what? What? No, it's just making his way to the ring, the never seen 17 undisputed WWE champion, making his last appearance in Newark, New Jersey, John Cena. Like, how hard is that? How fucking hard is that? Anyways. Cena comes out before he can say anything. Wrestling has more than one royal family. Out comes Cody. I thought Cody was going to get physical here. I thought they were going to fight because Cody was wearing a tracksuit, not a three-piece suit. Cody makes his way to the ring. Crowd filled the air with electricity. Mixed chants for both men. And then Cena sounds like he starts talking, and he sounds emotional. Like, man, I've been waiting to cut this promo for so long. Fuck what we've been doing. So, Cena started by saying that he told Rhodes he was exhausted, and that a match at SummerSlam would not be in his cards. It'd be too difficult for him to do. He said that Rhodes forced him into this match, forced him to sign the contract and be in one of the most, if not the most dangerous match we have. Which I'm like, it's a street fight. Isn't Hell in a Cell supposed to be more dangerous? It's a street fight inside of a cage. Anyways, I digress. Said he only had one thing to say to Cody. Thank you. Because that was the boot in the ass that he needed. Cena said that for 25 years, he had forged a legacy of respect and hard work. And about 5 months ago, he flushed all that down the toilet for, quote, shock TV. He said that the people on his team, I guess he's mentioning The Rock and Travis Scott, left him alone in the aftermath of all of that. Cena said that he wanted to take the WWE Championship home, not to ruin wrestling because, well, he loves wrestling. But so that way, people don't forget about him. Because when they think about the belt, they think about John's got it. Cena said he was so hung up about how we all see him tomorrow and the next day and the next day after that, that it made him blind to how he was actually acting. Cena said that Rhodes did what a good friend should do. He said the street fight was, in Cena's mind, going to make up for everything that they've done, because August 1st was the day that John Cena truly came back to WWE. Crowd popped. You could hear it in his voice. He's trying, like, he's getting emotional. Like, I got some things to say here in a second. Let's get through this segment, and then we'll analyze it. We'll give us an analysis. Cena said that he didn't know who'd leave SummerSlam with the title. The fans would leave as the winners because we'd see John Cena versus Cody Rhodes in a battle between the two best there is. He told Rhodes that if he wanted some, come get some. He said on Sunday, the only platinum rapper showing up to whoop your ass is me, because the champ is here. And Cena concluded his promo. So you could take this a couple of different ways. Cena was getting very choked up, very emotional here, which felt real, which didn't feel like him acting and putting on a charade to be like, I'm gonna make Cody think that I'm a good guy, but I'm still this bastard. I don't think that's what it was. I've seen a lot of people on social media go, oh, it's a swerve for Cena. Cena swerving. Cena acted all goody-goody just so Cody didn't take him serious or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know. Cena's a pretty good actor, but the way he was getting emotional and choked up while he was giving that promo and the more and more intensity that was coming out of it, I'm like, no, that felt real. That felt real. Either Cena's come a long way in his acting or that just, yeah. And so Rhodes has the microphone and he goes over and he looks at the timekeepers there and he's like, two please. And they hand him 2 real American beers. He hands one to Cena and just told simply, welcome back. 2 men shook hands, cheers to the beers, and that was it. That was it. And now there's been a lot of speculation over the last couple of hours online of what does this mean? Is it truly just babyface versus babyface? What we thought we would get at WrestleMania before, well, the heel turn, of course. Is it John Cena screwing with Cody and he's really still the heel bastard and he wants Cody to think he's not and he's changed and this, that, and so forth? Or is this all because Cena is back babyface and Cody is turning heel at the pay-per-view? Cody has talked a lot recently. Granted, he's been getting the question, but he's talked a lot recently about what it would look like if he turned heel, what a heel turn would mean. Is it the right time for a heel turn for him? And so, like, the question is, could we see that? Cena's back as the baby, but Cody turns heel during the pay-per-view, during the street fight. Cody does some dastardly shit. So, a lot to look at here, but I honestly think we're just going to get babyface versus babyface. What we thought we were going to get before Elimination Chamber, because everybody was under the impression WrestleMania was Cody versus Cena. Cena's final time. Cena probably won in 17. His final WrestleMania, this, that, and so forth. And then he turns heel and we get that crap. So I think we're going to get the match that we initially thought we were getting at WrestleMania at SummerSlam. I could be wrong, but we'll see how it all does play out. Certainly a very interesting segment, I do note. So then they cut it to commentary and got like a hair stuck on my glasses. Yep. There's a hair on my glasses, bugging the shit right in my eye line, like eyesight. Wipe these off really fast. We cut to I know exactly what this is. I don't even need notes for this one. We cut to a shot of the commentary and they say earlier today we got video from Jelly Roll training and Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre interrupting him, showing up and actually beating him up. Then we had our first of 2 title matches tonight with the Women's United States Championship on the line. Julia with her new business associate, business manager, whatever you want to call her, Kiana James, against Zelina Vega. So Kiana not wrestling? She's just a manager? She's just the mouthpiece maybe for Julia? I don't know. Vega and Julia began with a little tie-up before coming to a stalemate and a face-off. The 2 attempted to trade strikes, but Julia won outright with a one-handed STO slam for an early pinfall attempt. Julia continued the punishment on Vega with a mix of elbow strikes and chops, followed by a stalling suplex. Vega managed to kick out at 2 afterwards as she then left. She was on the apron and knocked Julia down. She went for the women's championship on the outside. Julia did, as she then connected with a diving Meteora Zelina, which took us to a break. So I wrote that a little weird. Let me. So Julia gets knocked off the apron. So she goes to grab the belt, but Zelina then knocks her down with a Meteora, and then we go to a break. I wrote that very awkwardly. But when we return to action with Julia slamming Vega face down with the wheelbarrow face plant. A little more action here as the 2 are kind of even. Julia will get a move. Zelina will get a move. Julia will get a move. Kind of even Steven, I guess you would say. Vega at one point launched into a comeback as she delivered a Saito suplex on the champion, followed by a running Meteora into the corner. Julia avoided a drop kick and lifted Vega onto the top turnbuckle. Julia looked to deliver a superplex, but Vega wriggled herself free and delivered an avalanche German. Go for the pin and only got a 2 off of it. Once again, Julia put Vega up top on the top rope and hit a series of headbutts to stun her foe. With Vega dazed and confused, Julia hit an avalanche butterfly suplex followed by an arrivederci kick. Northern Lights bomb, and Vega kicked out at 2.99999, the closest kick out you can have. Crowd pop for this one. Julia then looked for another Northern Lights bomb, but Vega rolled her up for a close near fall. There was a backstabber by Vega that actually did give the challenger an opening. Vega ascended to the top rope, go for a moonsault, but Julia blocked it and pulled up Vega to her finish, hit her with the Northern Lights bomb, and there we go. Pinned her 1, 2, 3. Nothing wrong with the match, but again, like I stated, if I had to say what was the weakest thing on the show, probably this. I mean, maybe the Charlotte Alexa promo, but that was a quick 3-minute, 2-minute thing backstage. But in-ring wise, it's probably this, but it's still really, really good. Heck, this might have been actually better than Jimmy and Tala, not Tala Tonga like we thought, Tala Tonga. But with what came with the post-match of that, it was just a little better. But match-wise, bell to bell, this was probably better, now that I think about it, than Jimmy Uso and Tala Tonga. But when you put the whole Cage comes down, Jacob comes out, and the whole schmoz afterwards, that was a better overall segment. Speaking of Solo, they showed him in the MFTs. They were interviewed backstage, where we learned that he apparently asked for the cage to be put in place tonight. And I can't remember who it was, but somebody posted on social media, there's a cage here at Smackdown. What could this be for? And then I immediately was like, oh, it's going to be for the Solo. Jacob's going to come out and they're going to do something in the cage. Like, it was very obvious. So then we get the open challenge for the AAA Tag Team Championships with Los Garza. Before the match, Santos Escobar addressed the crowd as he demanded that they show respect to the AAA World Tag Team Champions, Los Garza. He then said, as we stated before, open challenge. Any team in the back that wants to come out and face us for the titles, that wants to take on Angel Umberto, come on out. And out came Mr. Iguana and Psycho Clown. Huge pop from the live crowd. Wade Barrett called Mr. Iguana the standout of their last AAA show in the U.S., and then said Psycho Clown was the most popular luchador south of the border over the last 10 years. Maybe in AAA, but Mystico is a bigger star, I would say. I think Mystico, and I don't follow Lucha Libre that hard or enough to really know, but from what I've been seeing the last year or two, it's Mystico. But maybe before that, it was Psycho Clown, and I just wasn't following it hard enough. So maybe over a longer period, Psycho Clown was the bigger star. Again, one's AAA, one's CMLL, so maybe he's only referencing AAA. But if we look at all, what he said, Lucha Libre south the border. So if you look at all Lucha Libre in Mexico, Mystico is the bigger star. Regardless, Psycho Clown and Angel did start things off. Angel fell victim to a Hurricane Rana from Psycho Clown, followed by a springboard crossbody. The masked clown looked good in handling both Garza boys early on in the match. He then ripped off his mask to reveal another underneath as he hit a pop-up forearm on Angel. Berto then tagged in with a blind tag, which allowed him to take advantage by tripping up Psycho Clown as he tried to hit a springboard move. The champs then began to work over Psycho Clown in their corner as the fans were chanting, Iguana, 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 Iguana. Angel and Berto then hit a double team kick on a prone Psycho Clown as the former locked in a rest hold as we go to the break. When we come back, Psycho Clown fought back with a kick to the face of Angel, which gave him some separation and time to get the tag into Mr. Iguana. Crowd went crazy. The eccentric, electric, crazy lizard man floored Berto with a helicopter spin as he introduced La Yesca, I think is what they call it, into the proceedings. He delivered the Iguana Rana on Berto as he then slammed Angel with a crucifix pin for the near fall. Angel and Berto then caught Mr. Iguana as he tried to do a dive to the outside and sent him right into Psycho Clown. Mr. Iguana was then brought back into the ring and left at the mercy of Los Garza on the top rope. They dropped him with a super MYT from the top rope. Iguana managed to kick out at 2 as he tagged in Psycho Clown, but it wasn't really enough. Psycho tried to go for a crossbody, but got it blocked. He then landed in the MTY, and Los Garza retained the titles. So there we go. Fun little match. I liked it. I thought it was great. Give me more of these guys. Give me more, especially of Psycho Clown. Mr. Iguana is good. Psycho Clown is great. I've always been a fan of Psycho Clown. Again, like I said, don't follow a lot of AAA or any real Lucha Libre, but like I would watch the Triple Manias and see clips here and there of other things. Always thought Psycho Clown was my favorite from down there. Whenever I see anything AAA, I'm like, oh yeah, Psycho Clown. Heck yeah, Psycho Clown. Like him and Vikingo, I think. Well, even actually, I take that back a little bit, because when Rey Fenix was Mega Champion, I thought he was the best they had. When Rey Fenix was the Mega Champion, I did think he was the best they had for a while. But Psycho Clown was like right there, and then Vikingo. So Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre were backstage. They were asked about their attack on Jelly Roll, and they're like, we're not going to tell you anything right now. This is something that deserves to be said later in front of everyone. There's then a video package setting the stage for the massive 6-man TLC match that we're getting SummerSlam Sunday. The only tag match on Sunday. All the other tag matches are Saturday, I believe. Let me see. I got the card written down right here. Yeah, the only tag match on Sunday. Then we had Aleister Black versus Damian Priest. This is okay. Wasn't anything special, to be honest. Like, they worked well together. And it ends in a fucking DQ. It ends in a goddamn DQ. Priest and Black locked horns with the tie-up in the middle of the ring to start things off. Black did get the advantage. No. Yeah, Black got the advantage. Priest then escaped with a wrist hold and a kick. Black then tried to throw another kick, but it got met with Priest's onslaught. Priest then leapt off the steel steps to drop a Black with a clothesline on the apron. Priest tried a kick, but he missed and got sent to ringside as Black then took off with a dive through the ropes. SmackDown returned from a break. Priest attempted to fight back, but got hit with a knee to the face from Black. Black then kept on the attack for a little while, but Priest then kicked out after a pin attempt. Black taunted Priest, who hyped himself back up and roared back with an elbow strike, a slam, and an old school crossbody. Priest then sized up Black and rocked him with a running clothesline as Black managed to kick out at 2. They're fighting a little more. Priest tries to go for the Razor's Edge. Black escapes. At one point, Priest had a full head of steam and ran right into a charging attack, but he was intercepted with a knee to the face from Black. As Black headed up top for a moonsault, Priest avoided the calamity and pounced him over the announce table. Priest then cleared away the commentary table, but got a face full of a chair instead, which then ended the match with a DQ. Instead of getting slammed through the announce table, Priest gets hit with the chair. Black gets himself DQ'd. Then we get a little more after the break. So, or not break, but after the match. The Priest gets hit with the chair. He falls down. He's up against the steel steps. Black goes and grabs him and smashes him with the chair over and over. He then struck Priest in the face with the chair, which left everybody stunned. The crowd silent, not knowing how to react here. Because he's got Priest sitting up against the steps and he's slamming the chair in his face. Black then slammed Priest's head against the steps repeatedly as he delivered one Black mass kick that left his foe down. We're getting more of these guys. We're getting more Priest. We're getting more Black, and we're getting more of and all of this. I was a little surprised Truth didn't come out, though, because this has all been centering around Truth. Truth messed around with Black. Black got mad at Truth. Priest then said, hey, calm down. He didn't mean anything, blah, 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 blah. And then Black said, don't get in my business. And then they made it each other's business. Well, I really thought Truth was going to get involved here. Tiffany Stratton was in the back. She was confronted by her opponent at SummerSlam, Jade Cargill. Two traded barbs ahead of their big match, and Jade basically just said, I'm going to leave with that title. I got nothing to distract me anymore. I don't got to worry about a cash in or nothing. It's just you and me, and I'm winning, Tiffy. So, a lot of people think Jade's winning this goddamn match. Speaking of matches. We had our final match of the night. It was Tonga. Again, Tonga. We've always been saying Tonga. Nope. It's Tonga, according to commentary. Tonga versus Jimmy Uso. Uso started right out of the gates with a big chop and chopped down Tala in the corner. On the top rope, Uso tried for a dive. He got dropped with a punch from Tala, who took over the match with a hard clothesline that knocked his opponent down. Tala delivered a leg drop with those massive tree trunk legs. And commentary is talking about how, this guy, yes, he hasn't wrestled here for WWE much. He hasn't really done anything here, but he's world traveled. And they mentioned that he's, had big matches in New Japan and even won championships in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So they're mentioning it by name still, which is great to hear. Tala had the clear upper hand on Uso until he got sent over the top onto the apron. Uso then flew through the ropes and temporarily stunned Tala with a suicide dive as we go to a break. When we come back, we returned with Tala in the driver's seat. Tala took pleasure in mocking Jimmy, but Jimmy tried to get a little bit of a comeback here. Tala withstood the storm and once again had Uso at his mercy in the corner with some strikes. Uso avoided a running charge from Tala and left him momentarily dazed with some kicks. There's an attempted Samoan drop from Uso as Tala was too strong for it. Uso headed up top and got grabbed by the throat by Tala. The chokeslam attempt was reversed. Solo Sikoa then got up on the apron and got kicked for his troubles by his brother. And then Uso then delivered a spear onto Tala. Uso headed up top and looked like he had things won with a splash, but Tala caught him and hit him with a big-ass chokeslam. 1, 2, 3. Tala Tonga does win his on-screen debut match. After the match, Solo gets in the ring and he's like, come on, bring it down. He calls for JC Mateo. He calls for Tonga Loa. Yeah, Tonga Loa is what it was. I was like, I wrote Tama Tonga, but it was Tonga Loa. I'm dumb. Anyways, and this was weird. So someone missed their cue. Might have been Jacob, might have been whoever told him to go. I don't know. The producer. But cage is coming down. Then it gets between the top and the middle rope and just stops. And the commentary's trying to play this off. Like, oh my God, the cage is coming down. It's coming down. And then Jacob's music hits. Jacob runs down, slides into the ring. Then the cage comes all the way down. I'm like, oh Lord, somebody missed their cue. But so Jacob, like I said, runs down and enters the cage. Sikoa was able to run away. So did Tala Tonga. With that left JC Mateo and Tonga Loa in the ring to be picked apart. Pillar to post, coast to coast. Ain't got no brakes. All gas, no brakes. So Jacob beat the crap out of them. Mateo and Tonga were prone on opposite corners, so he gave him some running hip attacks in the corner and then hit a leaping moonsault. They made Jacob look strong, which to me is like, uh-oh. WWE booking 70% of the time. If you look strong, you're losing at the pay-per-view. Crap. Just saying. Then we had 20 minutes left in the show, roughly 18 to 20 minutes, and they stalled. They ran down the card for SummerSlam, which SummerSlam Night 1 was Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill for the Women's Championship. Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez defending the women's tag titles against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. And then Gunther versus CM Punk with the World Heavyweight Championship on the line. And this was funny. So, not many minutes, I guess you would say, not long before they started running down this card, I did the whole, hey Google, ask it a question really fast, right? And with the new Google Gemini, you can leave it on per se, where it's listening, and then it'll answer whatever you got. And it'll say, hey, I hear you're talking about this. Do you want info on this? Da-da-da-da-da. And I guess it hears speakers from my computer and Smackdown playing where they keep saying SummerSlam. And all of a sudden my phone goes off and goes, hey, sounds like you're watching WWE SummerSlam. Would you like to know the results of this show and the main event? And I'm like, what? Sure. And my phone then proceeds to tell me, Google AI trying to predict the SummerSlam card. They state, This weekend at SummerSlam, it looks like that CM Punk will be defeating Gunther for the World Championship. What else did it say? Hold on, I wrote it down as it was going. They said Tiffany Stratton will retain her WWE Women's Championship against Jade Cargill. Roman Reigns will get a big victory for his team, as well as Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss becoming new Women's Tag Team Champions. And I'm like, okay. So Google AI, the Google Gemini over here trying to predict the SummerSlam results. And then I go, I'm just screwing with it now. And I go, but SummerSlam hasn't, like, you can have full on real conversations with the thing. So I go, SummerSlam hasn't happened yet. The show's until tomorrow. And it literally comes back at me and goes, my bad. That is correct. SummerSlam is tomorrow and Sunday, August 2nd and 3rd. Would you like to know any more about the show and the card for both nights? I'm like, what? This is so weird. But okay, whatever. Hold on. Let's see if I can do it really fast. Let me open the Gemini deal. Hold on. Okay, Google, open Gemini. Okay, Google, open Gemini. All right, here we go. Let's see. No, that's not what I want. Let's do this. Gemini, give me the results for this weekend's WWE SummerSlam event.
SummerSlam was packed with surprises. Punk managed to defeat her for the world.
Oh, you guys can't really hear it. So they're doing it again. They said CM Punk defeated Gunther. They literally said Tiffy defeated Jade Cargill. Continue.
My bad. I must have misheard you. Punk did defeat Cargill. Did you have any other questions about SummerSlam?
Like, what? Google AI thinks they know the results already. So we'll see how that goes. See if they're right on those two. CM Punk beating Gunther and Tiffany retaining against Jade when everybody, and I mean everybody, thinks Jade's winning. Chat, let me know. Were you able to hear that, or was it not loud enough? Because it felt like it was cutting in and out from what I was seeing on my end. What the fuck? It's still going off. See, if you don't close it, and just like, so if you just watch, now we're getting in the weeds here really fast. Okay, Google, open Gemini. So you have it open here. If you just do this without, it's still technically, yeah, it says still, Gemini is still listening. So you have to go back into it and click the end deal. So yeah, weird. But yeah, Google thinks they know the results. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Maybe we use this for future videos and stuff. I don't know. We'll see. So then we got Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair backstage. They're being interviewed by Kathy Kelly. Basically just like, so how you guys getting along? You friends yet? And basically they were like, yes and no, maybe no. And then Alexa's like, well, Charlotte doesn't like to use the F word. And then Charlotte calls Alexa annoying a little bit. And it's a whole thing. And then they're like, you know what? We're not going to put labels on any of this until we see how SummerSlam goes. Well, these two were at Disneyland together recently, posting on Instagram. So they cool. Then we got our closing segment of the night. Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre make their way out to the ring. This was just fine. This is, I guess, what it needed to be to build up the tag match. They come out and Paul said that he and McIntyre are trying their best to defend WWE from outsiders. And I'm like, well, you were once an outsider, Logan. Yes, you've proved yourself and your worth and your talents, but you were once an outsider, a big outsider that nobody wanted, and then proved, oh shit, this guy's got it. This guy's good. And also, I do have to say, this one of Logan Paul's better heel promos, because it's a lot of times when he's cutting a heel promo, he sounds too forced and rehearsed. This sounded more genuine and just, I'm gonna go out there and just play a shitty piece of shit. So. Because like when he first started and they were kind of having him as a babyface, those were good promos. Then when he was doing the overly annoying, I'm gonna make sure they don't like me heel, they weren't that great. But tonight was probably his best promo in like 8, 9, 10, 12 months. Anyways, oh, I didn't write it down, but he made fun of a green shirt guy because he's like, "What are you laughing at, green shirt guy? No one likes you," or something like that. And the crowd erupted. He's like, "Excuse me," like I didn't expect that reaction. Anyways, he said he's trying to defend WWE from outsiders, and that quote, "We didn't understand what it took to compete at we understand what it takes to compete at SummerSlam, but Jelly Roll doesn't. Jelly Roll thought SummerSlam was a quote hot dog eating contest." Paul said that he was tired of outsiders thinking that they were going to step up in WWE, compete, and do well. He called Jelly, quote, "a country star, not a superstar." McIntyre then said, "Whatever happens tomorrow, well, that's on Randy Orton and his conscience." He said that he had God on speed dial because when Drew McIntyre prays, bad things happen. Before Paul and McIntyre could continue, Jelly Roll came out. Well, actually, he showed up on the big screen. SUV pulls up. He gets out. He goes to the front of it. He tap, tap, tap on the hood. Randy appears. They walk out into the arena. Nick Aldis is there trying to meet him at the top of the ramp, and he's like, "Don't do it. Don't do it. We're not, no. And they just right past him. And I think it was Wade's like, "Randy Orton's got that look on his face. There's no stopping him from whatever he's going to do." And so Randy Orton and Jelly Roll get in the ring, and they all just start throwing hands. So a bunch of security comes down, and they pull them apart, and they keep fighting again. And they pull them apart, and they keep fighting again. Then eventually Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre get out of there. But then it leaves Jelly Roll and Randy with 3 people, 3 security guys. Boom, RKO to the first one. Gets right up. Boom, RKO to the second one. And I'm sitting here going, no, he's not. Jelly Roll, hit a fucking RKO. Jelly Roll, please hit a fucking RKO. Never mind. I thought, third one, Jelly's going to hit an RKO. No. Instead, he hits chokeslam on the third guy. They stand tall, and that's how the show goes off the air. Decent. It was exactly what it needed to be to hype up SummerSlam and this tag match that some are interested in, some are not interested in. It's pretty split from what I'm seeing on social media. 50-50 on, oh, I'm interested to see what this is. Oh, it's got Logan Paul. Oh, it's got McIntyre. Oh, Randy Orton. So I'm interested to see how Jelly Roll does. Apparently, the first week he started training, he injured himself, but he's fine now. So we'll see how it all does go. Let me get the poll going on Twitch really fast. What did you think of Smackdown? I liked it. It was right. I didn't like it. All right. Poll is live on Twitch as we go and check the others. Yeah, Jelly Roll, he's got that choke slam down. I will say that. So we'll see how that all does play out. He's got the choke slam down. So I was just sitting here going, oh my God, if he hits an RKO, because Randy's like, 1 RKO, 2 RKO, and then he stops. And he's like, should I hit this guy with an RKO? Should I? He looks over at Jelly Roll. I'm like, please hit an RKO. Fuck, he didn't. Choke slam. So does that mean he's not taking a flat back bump? I don't know. We'll see. As I refresh all these polls really fast, as far as the Threads poll does go, 71% like SmackDown, 14% thought it was just all right, and 14% didn't like it. Looking at the Twitter poll, 52% liked the show, 31% thought it was just all right, and 15% didn't like it. I guess I only did 2 options on community poll by accident. 83% liked it, 17 thought it was just all right. I messed that one up. Did I? Oh, yeah, I did. Interesting. As far as the live poll does go, 89% liked the show, 11% thought it was just all right. No one disliked it. And as we look over on, we'll give it one more second. We just got another vote on Twitch. Give about 10 seconds. 9, 7. All right. As far as Twitch does go, 80% liked the show, 20% thought it was just all right. With that, guys, we're not done here. We got a whole weekend of shows and content coming your way. Make sure to follow us on all social media platforms, whether that is Twitter, X, Threads, Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram. We'll be keeping you guys fully updated on SummerSlam all weekend. We'll be back here live tomorrow. We'll be back here live on Sunday, talking night 1, talking night 2. So with that, guys, have a nice night, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for SummerSlam night 1. Have a good one, guys.